Ghosted is the brand new Apple TV Plus original film, which hit the service all the way back on April the 21st. I finally got to check it out last night in time to break down my review. The film is directed by Dexter Fletcher, who is the director who is coming off of Rocket Man, as well as Eddie the Eagle. And the film is written by Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, who were screenwriters on the first two Deadpool films and the first two Zombieland films. And also Chris McKenna has a screenplay credit. He wrote the three new Spider-Man movies. The film is about Cole Turner, who's played by Chris Evans, who is also a producer on the film, who is a farmer and he's kind of lost on life. He still lives with his family on their farm until he meets Sadie, played by Ana de Armas, who tells him that she is a someone who's around art, an art collector. They go on this one date for an entire day, and Cole just absolutely falls for her. And when she ghosts him on via text messages, Cole sees on his tracker that she is in London. So he flies all the way out to London, where he finds out that Sadie is a CIA agent. The film is an hour and 56 minutes and is PG-13. Welcome back to a brand new movie review here on Max Talks Movies. This is about Ghosted. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, ring the bell. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, movie rankings, and a box office breakdown show every Monday. So subscribe, ring the bell if you're new to the channel. Comment down below. What are your overall thoughts on this film? If you've seen it already, I know it's been out for a couple weeks. If you have not seen it, tell me, was it because of the reception that it has gotten? Do you not like these actors? Let me know in the comment section down below. Like the video, guys, the thumbs up button. It really helps the channel, gets more views on our channel if we get some more likes. So please hit that like button. And before I start this review, I want to say I found out heading into this review that we reached 150 subscribers. I'm really proud of what we've been building. We've been really growing the last couple of weeks. And while I've been kind of hit or miss with videos, I am currently done with school for the next 4 months. So I'm going to be posting a lot more videos in the next 4 months. So please keep sharing our content. Let's get to 200 maybe by the end of the summer. That would be unbelievable. So Ghosted was a movie that I was very excited for based on the trailers. I love Chris Evans and Ana de Armas, who this is their third time on screen together, following Knives Out and The Gray Man. And as I said, the behind-the-scene talent is just as good as the on-screen. I love Rocket Man. I think Eddie the Eagle is a pretty underrated film. And then obviously the writers are right for films that I really enjoy. But really it was all about the Chris Evans, Ana de Armas dynamic that you're kind of here for. So I was actually excited for the movie. Now, I was kind of muting my expectations based on the reviews and critics and audience thoughts. Not very well received. Now, see my positives, the negatives, and then my scores. Now, for me, there just aren't too many positives, so we'll keep it short. I do love Ana de Armas. I do believe that. I'm very excited to see her in that ballerina spinoff with John Wick. She and Chris Evans have really struggled in the last couple of parts, but really Ana de Armas, who yes, she got an Oscar award nomination for The Blonde, but I thought Blonde was not very good. She was completely wasted in The Gray Man, and obviously Deep Water really wasn't good. So for me, she's been really on a clunker since No Time to Die, where she's really only in one sequence. So I think the ballerina spinoff movie, which is coming out next year, her next movie, at least on IMDb, will finally get her in the lead role of an action movie. Because as she proves in this movie, she's an absolute total badass. And she's absolutely terrific in the movie. I always love Ana de Armas, and she's really good in the film. Her Chris Evans, it's weird. When they, let's just say, when they kind of bicker sometimes, they have better chemistry than when they do when they're actually in love with each other. It's one of the most confusing chemistry. I don't think they have great chemistry, which we'll get to the negatives. But I'm really searching for positives, because you know what, I'm just going to go into my score. It's not my score, sorry, my negatives. And as you can tell, I really did not enjoy this movie, and I think it's a lot of people are kind of giving the pass to because it's two likable actors, and it's kind of a turn your brain off type action movie that is one of the most generic action movies you'll see all year long. There's a device that could blow up the world. There's villains, buyers, bounty hunters, CIA agents, and this movie's all about flipping the genre stereotype, which is usually the guy meeting the girl, and the guy is secretly the secret agent. Now this time around, Chris Evans plays the farmer who falls for Sadie, and Cole finds out that she's a CIA agent. Now they do flip it. Now, while and also, if you don't know, but heading into the movie, Scarlett Johansson was originally supposed to play the Ana de Armas role. Now, Ana de Armas is also an executive producer on this movie. But due to scheduling conflicts, Scarlett Johansson pulled out, which let Ana de Armas slide into this role. But one of the weirdest things about this movie is that this is, I think, one of the biggest miscastings I've seen in a movie in a long time. Normally when I watch a movie, I'm not thinking someone's miscast, but Chris Evans is really miscast. And I'm saying this with a lot of respect. Chris Evans is a really good actor, and I really like Chris Evans. I know obviously Captain America, but he was my favorite part of actually The Gray Man. I actually really enjoyed Defending Jacob, which I think really showed his acting chops. That was the last thing he did on Apple TV. And obviously both these actors were terrific in Knives Out. So I like Chris Evans a lot, but this is not the actor for this specific character. He's supposed to be this farmer who is scared of guns, scared of action, all of these things, and it just feels absolutely miscast. Chris Evans is still super jacked in this movie, and because the movie knows it's Chris Evans, they try to get him to the action a lot quicker than someone that his character should be. And honestly, another massive problem is that the chemistry is not very good between Evans and Ana de Armas. Something just feels missing in their relationship throughout the entire movie. And these two actors, again, third time they're on together in the same movie, especially on screen like this. It felt like this was a slam dunk, good chemistry romance film. But they strikingly don't have any chemistry when they're actually in love with each other. And they bicker for so much of the movie. It gets so annoying. Like they're literally on one date. He flies out, and when she's in all the action, they literally bicker for like 100 straight minutes, and it's quite annoying. And I don't think you're ever like rooting for them to be this couple at the end of the movie. Like it's really frustrating because they just bicker and bicker and bicker throughout the entire movie. And again, you just don't buy Chris Evans as this character. Not that like a good-looking buff guy can't pull this off, but I think it's just totally miscast. I think if they actually found the right lead actor for this movie, this movie could have been pulled off. Another problem that this movie is really cheap looking. Like the CGI is atrocious. I don't really want to crap on visual effects artists, but it's obviously a part of the movie. It's visually not that great to look at. From a CGI point of view, like there's a scene where they're in a bus and someone's falling out of the bus off the road, and it's in slow-mo, and it looks like a TV movie. And I know this is Apple TV Plus, a streaming movie, but it looks like a TV movie more than like an actual film sometimes with the CGI. And there's just no memorable action scenes. I think the third act with where they are in the location and the movement that the third act location presents, I think they wanted it to be a lot of fun, but logically it made absolutely no sense what was going on with this restaurant that they're at in the third act of the movie. And as I said, there's just no memorable action scenes. Maybe the best ones when the first action scene of the movie, where Sadie basically reveals that she is a CIA agent. This movie should have had a lot of better action scenes, which would have actually made the movie a lot more fun. Even if you don't buy the chemistry or the performances, at least the action scenes are done well. And I just wasn't enjoying any of the action. The villains are so dull. Adrian Brody plays Levesque, who's kind of the main Russian, I guess, villain, who is going after someone. I forgot actually now what they call the person in the movie, but he's going after Sadie's character. Sadie, played by Ana de Armas, and his delivery is weird. Now, he's a weird, quirky actor who I've always been a big fan of, obviously, because I'm a big fan of Wes Anderson films. Obviously, he's in all of those. But here, again, another guy, his delivery was not great. The voice wasn't very good, and the villains just weren't interesting at all. They didn't feel like real threats to our main characters. It was nice to see Amy Sedaris, who plays Chris Evans' mom in the movie. She was fun to see in the film. And again, a lot of people are talking about it, but it is just there's a sequence in the film which is a pure cameo fest movie that is fun when you think about it, but I think is the reason why Chris Evans has really struggled since leaving Marvel, is what I'll say. This movie clearly knows that Chris Evans is the main character, let's just say, based on the cameos. It's fun to see, but we also feel like Chris Evans needs to get out of this Marvel bubble moving forward. So overall, for me, guys, I just didn't enjoy my time watching Ghost. I think a lot of people are going to give this the benefit of the doubt more than me, but for me, didn't buy the chemistry. I think Chris Evans, who is good in the movie, is just miserably miscast. I think a different actor actually would probably elevate the movie. Also, there's no memorable action scenes, and it's extremely disappointing when you have the talent that's on and behind the screen. So for me, I'm actually going to give Ghosted a 1 out of 5 stars. I am going to go 24% for Ghosted. It's very around where its Rotten Tomatoes score is. It's just a really bad movie for me. It could be probably my bottom 10 movies of the year for me right now, especially at the moment. So that's my thoughts on Ghosted. What are your thoughts on Ghosted? Did you like it? If you liked it, tell me why did you like it? And if you like these decision choices following for these last couple of years for both lead actors. So that's my thoughts. More videos are coming soon, including on Saturday, my Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 review. I'll talk to you guys soon.